Welcome back to another episode of The Fella.
Could just never be normal with you.
Yeah, I know.
Just welcome her back. But I'm 30 now. I got to be like an adult. Like, welcome back to another podcast. Been a good week. Just been at work, the usual stuff like that. Tonight I'm gonna go to the movies, watching Deadpool and Wolverine. Actually,
you're 30, bro.
Yeah, stop watching these fucking cartoons. Anyways, guys, look, we have, I would argue, is the greatest clip farmer of all time.
Yes, that's true. A man that is so posh that
he wipes his ass
with £100 notes. They don't make those $100 notes. This YouTube royalty that we're talking about right now. We need to show some respect.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome to the stage. Oh wait, no, this is not his tour. This is not his tour. We'd like to welcome to the couch. No, that sounds like a porno.
Is his name Maximilian?
I hope so.
Because that's so Tory.
You know what's great is because we've got him on the pod, we can ask him.
That's awesome. Who have we got on the pod?
It's Max Fosh, everyone! Dun, 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 dun.
Here he is. Damn.
The basement.
Yeah.
Look, this is class, man. I mean, you can do a bigger tour as you want, but you'll never.
You know what? You hold the mic like a comedian.
Yeah.
You can tell you've been doing this shit.
We're in all right, London.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wipe my ass with $100 bills.
Do you actually?
And then I clean them. Money laundering.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah, just a bit of a joke there. Just a little one.
Almost like
I
it's your
laughed
job.
inside.
Yeah. You're a smiler. Yeah, my name is Maximilian.
Is it actually?
Genuinely.
Maximilian Edward George III.
Maximilian Arthur Fosh.
Oh my God.
I like the name
I feel like I weren't even far.
But then I actually didn't know how to spell my own name until I was 60.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a mouthful.
Because I thought Maximilian had 2 L's in it. It's just got one. And I was filling out my passport for new, and my mum was like, what are you writing? It's like, my name. She's like, that is not your name.
Oh my God.
Surely that would just be Maximilian.
No, Maximilian. That at the end there, I thought it was 2 L's, L-L-I-A-N.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would put 2 L's as well, too.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
There is million. There's 2 L's in a million.
All right, Chip, we're here in sunny Crieff, my hometown. This type of horse I beat in a fight, though. I'll give you the tour of the gap, actually, for this.
This used to be your little spot.
This is all your stuff.
Look at that. This was probably when I looked my best, right here. You've made it to the top of the knock. Bro. We're going into Perth to watch the Germany-Scotland game.
That's literally the worst fight I've ever seen in my life.
What the fuck is that? What are you saying, G? That was a tough watch.
So yeah, my name is Maximilian Arthur Fosh. I am posh, and it's good to be here. Really, really
Great
is.
to be here.
Have you
It is really,
Your
really
stage, your couch presence is absolutely elite.
You're quite large. Like,
Thank you.
Not like
You said that last night as well. Cheers, Chippo.
every time that you come on like a fella sing. I remember Butmore and G-Film just went, you've clearly not been doing 75.
I put on a racing suit, and G-Films was like, "Is that a bit tight, but a bit of pounds recently?" I was like, "I beg your fucking pardon."
To you once before.
No, I didn't mean it like G-Film meant it. I mean in like
You meant my cock, yeah.
surface area.
Oh, fine.
Like as a person, like your build.
You could just call someone tall.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All wide.
That would be a compliment.
You know what my favorite one is when somebody goes to him and goes, "Oh, you filled out." That's something you say to like a growing teenager, not a fucking 28-year-old
Yeah,
man.
you've really grown into your body, haven't you? Yeah. Also, you look tired. Like, so someone says, "You look tired, don't you?"
That's the worst.
Well, my Whoop says 100% sleep score.
You still on the Whoop train?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
that looks like you've just been released.
Orange band.
Looks like you've got day release.
That is a bit mental.
Either that or this really weird festival.
Feeling under the weather?
Am I?
Yeah.
That's another one.
That's another little heat.
I thought you were just asking me.
Are you sick at the moment?
Yeah. Because you look fucking awful.
You look like shit.
So
I'm very well. Good to be here. A nice set, nice basement.
You've not been on this one, have you?
No, I've not. No. Last time I was on, it was the one before. I had a look. It was May 2022. Ooh. So it was before your last one. It was back when it was the pub. It was the pub set. That was the last one I was on.
no,
Nah. It was the
It's got to be the
circus.
circus.
Oh yeah, circus.
Circus.
Yeah.
Circus and pub.
The one
was
where you
quite-
had the little thing in the middle.
But it
that
was
had
like
sambuca.
it was a circus drinking thing.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, it was circus, and then you went for 165th floor.
Yeah.
And now this.
And now this. What do you think to this
I
one?
love this one.
This one's my favourite.
I like the little stairs around the back of the set, so you have to
Yeah.
walk down the stairs.
Yeah, it's a
Don't want to
real.
get rid of this one.
It's not a
gonna be
basement.
hard to part ways
Just so
with.
you know, it's not a basement.
It is a basement.
There's an upstairs.
Yep.
There's also a downstairs. So
there is indeed.
It's technically a basement. What can you, Proddy? Can you go up the definition of a basement, please? Here we go. This is the podcast content people came here for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, let's have a look.
Yeah, definition of basement. This is classic, fellas, right here.
Here we go. The floor of a building which is partly or entirely below ground level.
Well, that up there, that window, that's out into.
Yeah.
You guys have really let yourselves go, haven't you? Yeah. Gee, this is the content now. Siri, what's a basement?
What's your favourite bottle of water?
What's my favourite bottle of water? Definitely not Kirkland.
Oh, same.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Favourite golf ball?
Kirkland. Yeah, absolutely.
What have you been doing? Tell me, the latest video that you just uploaded was about a grizzly bear.
Yeah. I've just got back from America filming lots of vids.
Wait, the Grizzly Bear one's out now, is it?
Over there, that is out now,
it will technically, yeah.
And yeah, I wanted to have a hot dog eating competition against a grizzly bear. Well, actually, this all started because we were in the office and me and the writing team, we were having lunch and there was an argument as to who could eat more, a professional eater or a grizzly bear. So we just thought, right, let's see if we can organize this. We found a bear called Tank the Bear.
Classic.
Tank the Bear lives in Utah in America, and Tank the Bear cost around $15,000
for one shoot.
Yeah, but to be fair, Tank the Bear is an actor bear. He was in Dr. Dolittle too, and they trained him to sit at this picnic table that they made and to eat his favorite food, which were sausages. We initially were going to have hot dogs with buns, but we thought that seems a bit exploitative, and also he doesn't normally eat bread in his diet. He's gluten intolerant.
That's
you saw a lot of details.
So you just had a glizzy off.
We just had a glizzy off. It was just straight down.
And how did you get on?
We had it's out now. Tank the Bear had 75.
Yep.
So it was me and a guy called Nick, who's the third best competitive eater in the world. We were on a team against Tank the Bear.
Yeah.
So Tank the Bear had 75 hot dogs.
In how long?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Nick, the competitive eater, had 63 hot dogs. I had 4.
How the fuck
you only have
4 hot dogs in 10 minutes?
I had a full tum-tum.
You rocked up to an eating video with a full stomach.
No. It got full from the 4 hot dogs that I had. How many hot dogs do you think you could eat?
I'm probably doing 8.
Wait, can we see what kind of hot dog we're talking about here? Is it like
the glizzy?
Glizzy.
A classic American glizzy where it's smooth.
Yeah.
And they call
as opposed to ribs for your pleasure.
Nah, but you can get a little Frankfurt. Maybe you had a.
That's smooth as well.
Yeah. Nah, because
I know what you mean. You
like more rough. Those are quite difficult, bite into it, or you can get the glizzy that goes down like a true glizzy.
Yeah, so this guy, Nick Wary, is the real deal. He competes every year at the 4th of July contest in New Jersey, which is the biggest, Nathan's hot dog competition, biggest thing in the world. And he's come 3rd, I think. He came 3rd this year. And yeah, he's one of the goats.
Do you know... Okay, so this is great that Proddy's brought it up because I was looking into this not that long ago, right? And so this hot dog competition that you're talking about, it's like a famous hot dog eating competition in the US, happens 4th of July.
Yeah.
And there's a fella, so you mentioned your guy has come 3rd. He's so far off the top because there's a fella named Joey Chestnut.
Chestnut.
And he is like the GOAT.
We reached out to him to do the vid and he didn't reply.
And he regularly puts away. Look, so he would have beaten Tank.
So we are now thinking potentially to go back and do it with Joey Chestnut against the Bear because I think man needs to beat Bear.
Wow. Man versus Bear, and man must come out on top.
Yeah. So Joey Chestnut is he's the goat.
Can I see Joey Chestnut? Can I see a picture? I want to know what this kind of person looks like.
He's not what you would expect.
I think I know because I know I just saw Matt Stoney on there, and that's the YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
There you go. He's not some massive guy.
And recently, he didn't compete in this year's Nathan's hot dog competition.
Why?
Because he's been poached by a different hot dog brand who I think make vegan hot dogs.
Oh, see?
And he's obviously been given a bag and he's like, nah, I'm hashtag exclusive with this new hot dog brand.
They also said they banned him, right?
Yeah, so they banned him from Nathan's hot dog. So he didn't compete in 2024. And my boy
Well, that's
Nick,
nice because it means
my boy Nick came third. And his wife. So his wife is the best female competitive eater in the world.
So you're telling me
Nick's
his
wife.
wife's better than anyone else in the world at gobbling glizzies?
Yeah.
Well,
and she's fifth best in the world for both male and female.
Is that her name?
I think
Miki
that is her, Miki. Yeah.
damn. So she is the ultimate glizzy gobbler.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a pretty cool title to have.
Yeah.
For your wife.
But they also do like all sorts of other different types of there they are. That's in the go. That's go
He's
back
in
again.
Great shape.
Click the photo. Yeah, that one. There you go. That's Nick. That's
Fuck me, he looks so racist, doesn't he?
he was
Yeah,
he was
looked-
such a nice guy.
Have you watched the movie with Daniel Radcliffe and
Harry Potter? Yeah.
No, it's a slightly
Seen
different
that.
one.
Have
It's
you
the
not?
one where he's a neo-Nazi.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's playing as him.
Well, I can tell you that for one, he's a lovely man, and I would die for him.
Okay.
I would put away.
That's one way to come out as a neo-Nazi, but yeah, fine.
I would put away at least 4 glizzies for Nick Weary.
Well, you did.
I did.
You did. You really proved your thing. I mean, I find yeah.
One thing we didn't include in the video is that during the so they trained Tank to get up on this picnic table and eat all of these hot dogs, right?
Yep.
They had also said, like, for our security, we went to go meet Tank. So he like sniffed us to make sure that he was like chill with us. He was. But then he just like came stumbling out of the forest, and on this picnic table in between the bear and us was this little like wire, which was an electric fence to make sure that like he didn't stray over. But I didn't realize this until after the competition they hadn't turned it on. So there was absolutely nothing at all in between me and this massive grizzly bear. And the reason they said was that they didn't turn it on because if they turned it off and he accidentally touched it, he would have got really angry.
So this is just it's almost for your sake.
Yeah.
That you just think that it's on.
Yeah. We just thought, okay, that's it. They're like, that's your protection. He won't go past that wire. He knows not to go past that wire. And then he finished his hot dogs. To be fair, we don't know how many he could eat because we just made 75. We just thought
he could have gone further.
he could have gone more. So he finished his plate and then looked over to me, and I still had like a pile full of glizzies, and I was like, bro, just whatever you want, just take it.
And obviously it's quite hard, and I even imagine watching the video, it's still going to be quite hard to comprehend just the size of a grizzly bear.
And
what was that like?
The breath and the smell of him. It was you immediately get like, I just got very small. I was like, no, nothing to see here.
Even a big guy like you is filled out.
Even me.
If he kicked off, did they have anything to sedate him or anything?
Well, I just thought I just need to be faster than one person.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you were the closest.
You
though.
just don't want to be the slowest.
I was the
Let's hope
closest
they didn't have the
to
Secret
him.
Service sniper there.
Yeah, but I just thought I need to be faster than one person on this casting crew. And I think I could have backed myself.
Yeah.
I would have intentionally made sure someone slow was there. So you did that, and you paid 15 grand for the pleasure.
Yeah, we paid a lot of money, but to be fair, they were incredibly accommodating. They were very, very professional. We felt very safe, and it was an absolute pleasure to work with Tank the Bear.
Tank the Bear, man. That is a very cool experience. I really commend you for having the balls to do that. I just don't think I'm doing that.
What's the biggest animal that you would film with?
Chip's mother.
Hey.
She is huge.
And it doesn't get much bigger than that.
Not with them bosoms.
She got a badonk.
Really?
That's just a joke.
The biggest animal that I would film with.
I think I would film with the bear.
Fuck off, Chip.
Great white shark.
Nah, okay, no.
On land.
Nah, anything anything in the sea is a no.
Shit, we're like, I'll film with a great white, but it's got to be in the studio. Just flopping around on the floor.
Yeah, if you can pull him in on that couch, we're all good.
Cage diving,
I'm not scared of animals that much.
You wouldn't go cage diving?
Cage diving is in...
I've done it.
I've
You've
done
done
that.
it?
I have done that.
In South
Yeah,
Africa.
they didn't like that. Though,
Is that just in the local swimming pool in Scotland? They just thought to put you in a cage to protect the local community.
Yeah. No, I was in South Africa when I did it, and
That's why I did it.
it was very sketchy. And I'm a bit of a scuba diver myself, so I fancy myself in and amongst it. But so you get out there and they put you in the cage, and then if you look, you don't even have to look that close.
Yeah.
It's a very rusty cage.
Oh, yeah.
And you're dealing with some of the strongest animals in the world. I really do think if they went like that, they just sort of condense the cage.
if they wanted to.
If they wanted to, I really think they'd get through that cage.
Yeah.
It was just old. It was rusty.
What they throw out like the fish guts and stuff to attract them.
Chum.
Chum kept going in my mouth. Fucking.
That is pretty grim.
Yeah. But if you're a YouTuber or, just someone who's self-employed, anything like that, you know that working on the numbers side of things is not always the most fun.
You're telling me, right? I'm up to here already with invoices, sorting out taxes, business expenses. It's all so long and it genuinely feels like a job that never ends. But you don't actually need to worry about all that shit. All right?
Yeah.
In fact, what would you say if I told you there was a business account, right, that could do all of this and more for you? Well, Chip, I've got just the thing for you. Have a look at this card. This is an Anna card. And I'm not joking when I say this. I genuinely use this for my business. I'm being 100% serious.
You do, actually.
You can ask Amrita. You can ask Harry G Film. They get involved and they use this. And it has made my life so much easier. Thank you to today's sponsor, Anna. And not just for me, guys, but if you're starting your own business, your own side hustle, whatever, then you need to jump on Anna.
So Anna is a business account that handles all the accounting, taxes, and more.
So imagine a banking app, right, that sorts out all of your expenses and invoices, but not only that, and I love this, but it calculates and files your taxes.
Amazing.
Now, not only is a business account free to open with Anna, but it also allows you to chase invoices within the app, which is an absolute lifesaver. And then even better, and I'll be honest with you, this is the reason why I use it, is because it automatically reminds you about HMRC deadlines.
Oh, that's
so good. You ain't going to have to miss one because they'll remind you. Now, can your regular business account do that? I'll take a guess and I'll say probably not.
No. It's like having a financial assistant in your back pocket, but it's a lot more convenient and you can access it and check in on your business finances at any time.
Ideal. The great thing is I don't have to worry about the manual expensing or invoicing people. And then even better, when you spend money using your Anna business account, you can earn up to 1% cash back. Super ideal.
I love cash back.
Now, what you need to do is let Anna's AI handle all the boring stuff. So you can just go in there, and this is what I do. I type in there, I literally chat to this person like it's a normal person, and they help me out with so much, right? And ultimately, that means that you're going to be making more money that will come into your Anna account.
Yes. Look, I know you boys and girls are hustlers, and Anna would like to make your life easier. So sign up for Anna and unleash your business side.
Don't forget to use the code FELLAS3 for 3 months of Anna business free. So to all of you who ask how I'm so unbelievably successful, wealthy. No, I'm joking. But yeah, well, now you know. You can use this Anna and get involved with FELLAS3. It's going to give you 3 months of free business.
Let's go.
Who do you think's got bigger teeth, a great white shark or Bevo?
I think me and Chip put up a decent effort here, you know.
I reckon we got big gnashes as well.
You got any plans to go to Turkey?
Oh yeah, but that's for the hairline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yo,
Yeah,
show
yeah,
up.
yeah.
There's a picture on the Reddit. Pull it up.
Oh,
Pull it up. It's
boy,
fucking
this
mental.
is why I need to go.
I saw it yesterday and I screenshotted it, liked it, and bookmarked it, and then. But I was like, damn. But I also want to come to your defense a bit. I think the hat had done you slightly dirty.
Potentially, but it is bad.
It ain't like that looks really bad. It ain't that bad unless like you have been wearing a lot of hats recently. When did I last see?
Oh, yeah, that's a bad one, isn't it?
Sound like Gary Neville.
Oh. What about you? Are you got any turkey trips on the car?
He brushes his hand through his luscious head of hair.
That hairline is, I think, is going strong. Although my hairdresser said it, like he was like, it's going at the back. She said,
"That's fine."
Have you got a hairdresser, not a barber?
I don't go to the barbers.
Fuck off! You have
That's
a hairdresser.
What do you mean? Do I have a hairdresser? So I've got a hairdresser.
No, but you go to a barber. You're a guy.
Yeah.
Guys can go to hairdressers.
Guys can go to hairdressers. Bloody hell, what is this, 1972?
No, but I just...
No, 43.
Do you have a female, a woman...
Yeah, I've got Jess, lovely Jess. She cuts my hair.
You know what?
You do have
that
quite,
doesn't surprise me.
No, you know what? His hair is probably more suited to a female.
So when you go to the barbers...
To a female?
No.
I do
to a hairdresser.
That trim would look
lady
great on a woman.
To be fair, I do have the Princess Diana trim, to be fair. So hold on. When you go to the barbers, do you only use clippers?
No, they get techie with it.
They do the scissors.
Yeah, they do the little technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But no, I don't go to a barber.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for your trim?
Wait, he comes to the gaff.
Because he comes to it over.
Oh God, so I'm getting all sorts for going to a hairdresser. He comes to your gaff.
How much?
Does he make Instagram videos about it as well afterwards? They're in the life of a hairdresser, going to Freezy's place today.
The problem is,
shit was floating around.
If he did it with mine, it would just be
the other way around. He comes to my gaff, and then we all.
And then which footballer does he go to afterwards?
That is actually true.
We're the big celebs here.
No,
we're the biggest.
I don't think I fall into that category.
He then goes to Martin Odegaard's house to cut his trim.
No, my favorite thing is
look like him a bit.
My favorite thing is now that for a barber, it's no longer good enough just to have your name. They've all got an online. The same way I've got Cal Freezy. He's got his.
What's his name?
Smoky trims and stuff like that.
His.
Faz.
His name is Faz.
100k.
100k trims.
I love it. He's such a nice guy.
100k trims.
That's what he charges me every time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another video that you've done.
Yeah.
Becoming a royal. That was a recent
Becoming
one.
a royal. Yeah.
Well.
That did well. That was because I married a bloke who was a descendant of a member of the royal family about 2 years ago. I had to wait a year before I could get divorced from him because
seriously.
Yeah. Because in heterosexual relationships, you can get an annulment, which basically means marriage didn't happen, scrub it. But for some reason, in homosexual relationships and homosexual marriages, you can't get an annulment. So you have to wait a year for you to get a divorce.
So you was married for a year, genuinely?
Yeah, to a bloke, a 19-year-old bloke in Scotland.
Fuck.
Right, and he was genuinely like
he had his whole family tree and everything. He was a great guy. He was descended from Mary, Queen of Scots. So I decided to marry him. And so then I would then become a member of the royal family. But then I was married to him for a year.
And could you, if you wanted to, fuck him over for some cash?
Yeah, I probably could have done, but it was for a vid. I mean, to be fair, he signed that divorce certificate pretty pronto. He probably could have then, come for that big YouTube cash.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. So was he minted or not?
No, it was just, I don't know. We didn't get that far.
Right.
We just it wasn't like, here, marry me. How much cash you got? How many M's?
Yeah, that's probably a red flag.
Yeah.
How did you find that bloke?
Instagram. Just a shout out. Just like, is anyone, and obviously it's my audience, is like, is anyone here related to the members of the royal family? And he was like, yeah, I've got the proof.
That's class.
He came with the receipts. So I got married to him. And so I was technically a member of the British royal family. So I thought, I wonder what it would be like if I was a royal in America. So we flew to New York. And first thing I did is I hired 2 of the biggest security guards I could find just to walk around with me for 3 days. So I was with them and we went to Times Square and got a few mates of mine who have cameras and flashing cameras to rush me, start shouting my name. And then everybody just wanted a piece of the Earl of Luton, which was me. I was just giving handshakes. There were people from Uzbekistan saying how much they love the country, asking questions about the Queen. So we did that and I thought, okay, right, that worked. So I then thought, let me go to some of the really bougie spots in New York. So we went to this private shopping, really, really bougie department store, proper high end on Fifth Avenue. I cannot name them for a reason.
Really?
So, yeah.
So they didn't feature in the video?
They do feature in the video, but I had to speak to my lawyers a lot about what I could put in. So we turn up and the idea was that my friend who is American, Molly, who produces for Zach Alsop, she was going to go in and say to them that she's got a client who's the Earl of Luton who's about to turn up in 5 minutes, and is there anything that they can do to accommodate me? They sit her down. They're like, when's he coming? She's like, she's coming in 5 minutes. And they freak out. They get right, close the floor. So they closed an entire floor of this department store.
Oh my God.
Got me a private floor. They got me my own dressing room. So I turn up and Molly comes out and goes, you've got to really sell this, because they have gone above and beyond. So we're in this lift, 2 massive security guards, the doors open. They're there waiting. They shake hands. Good to see you, Earl of Luton. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And I'm right, I've got to sell this. So I am so posh. I'm well, lovely to see you. Mummy would be very, very proud. Like, I'm just doing some little bit of private shopping here, if that's okay. And they are like loving it. So they then take me round the shop floor, right? And they've given me this private dresser, and everything on this floor is like, every item is over $400, $500 each.
Yeah.
T-shirt, $500, just standard. And so the plan was to, like, you know, have a walk round and then just like, experience it, and then say I wasn't going to buy anything. But the amount of like stops they were pulling out for me, they were getting me champagne, they were getting me free drinks, like the whole works. So I'm going around. So I thought, right, what I'll do is I'll buy some stuff, I'll keep the receipt and come back 2 days later. So
how much did you spend in there?
So I walked around, I spent $2.5 grand on 4 items of clothing, right?
Yeah.
Hideous stuff, right? I leave, I'm like, right, okay, I've got the stuff, I've got the receipt, I'll go back a few days later. As soon as we leave, I get a message on Instagram from one of the women who worked on the shop floor being like, I knew it was you. You're not allowed to post that. We'll sue you. Like, this is fraud. You impersonated somebody else. And I was like, shit, what do I do? What do I do? So I called up my lawyer and I was like, what do I do? He was like, well, yeah, you have impersonated to be somebody else.
But that person isn't real.
That person's not real.
It's a fictional person.
So that's what I was arguing. He was like, look, you'll be absolutely fine if you don't return the clothes. So I was like, no. So I had to take the hit and had to keep these clothes that were $2.5 grand. And because I'd basically been going around playing a game, seeing whether this personal dresser would say I would look good in anything. So I was pointing out the most hideous stuff, being like, I think I quite like that. She'd be like, yeah, you'd look amazing in that. And so I then just to make sure I didn't get in any trouble, I had to keep these 4 items of clothing that were hideous, but I thought I'd rather that than get in loads of trouble. So then I blurred all faces, changed voices, didn't include the name, can't say the name of any of that stuff. So but it works. Like they if it hadn't been for that, I think she was like one of the women that worked on the till. She was like, "Nah, I've seen this.
Why
was she so angry?
Like, why she? Yeah, like you don't. It's not like you're in charge. Like, why are you so?
Well, I guess I'd like wasted their time, but I guess I hadn't. I'd spent $2,500.
You haven't really wasted. If she's on the tools, her time ain't been wasted. She's getting paid.
Yeah. I think but in America, it's just a bit different, though, isn't it?
She wants to die for that department store.
that department store is everything.
That was pretty sketchy.
That is sick, though.
And because especially I was like in another country, I was like, I might be in a bit of trouble here. So I'm quite glad that you know that.
And since that's gone up, you haven't heard anything?
I haven't heard anything.
Well, let's hope that this podcast isn't...
Yeah, so hopefully they're not like, don't talk about it in public, don't talk about it on podcasts.
Is a boo... Wow, that's... I love hearing stories about how things actually happen.
Is it bad for them? Is it negative for them in any way, really?
I guess they could look a bit silly. They should check who they're giving stuff away to. I don't know, I guess.
Oh, yeah, because you were getting free drinks and stuff, right?
I was getting... but that was my... But I was like, that's their prerogative to do that. I didn't say... Can I have free champagne? It was like they just provided it, so it's kind of their prerogative to do that.
Yeah. And then the other thing, you got a free helicopter tour.
I got a free helicopter tour. We wrote to like publicist companies and PR companies, like with like handwritten letters, and I also I did a wax seal on it. So you know, like you drip the wax on it, and then I sealed it with my Posh Twat signet ring. So I then like stamped it, sent them loads of things, basically like the Earl of Luton's in New York. He'd love some experiences to further ties between the two countries, and then we got a call from them being like, oh yeah, we've got you. We'd like to give you a helicopter trip around New York. So I got a helicopter trip, and the guy and the pilot like kept on being like, it's so lovely to have you, Your Majesty. It's great to see you.
Wow,
this is gold.
This is
man.
unbelievable. You know what? I find it impressive that in the moment you don't buckle.
Well, you got to keep going, because otherwise it's like either really embarrassing or you don't know how they're going to.
And are you with any friends like when you're filming this? Because you're with the boys. Oh my god, it'd be. I couldn't do it. But if you're on your own, maybe because.
I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm so focused on getting the vid. So I'm like,
you're locked in.
We're absolutely locked in.
You mentioned earlier that you have like some writers And what does the team look like? How do you use writers to make a YouTube video?
So
it's not scripted.
No, it's not scripted, but the titles, obviously, the most important thing are the titles. So I have two guys who are comedy like pros. So one of them is called James Farmer, who writes a lot of roast battles. So he wrote a lot of the jokes for Jimmy Carr for when he did the roast battle of Pete Davidson. There's like a really famous roast, which was about Jimmy Carr goes up and goes, this isn't the roast. Oh, Pete Davidson's dad sadly passed away in 9/11. Now, this isn't the roast of Pete Davidson's dad. That happened in 2001.
So he wrote that?
He wrote that joke. Wow. And so he's been in the... He writes,
that is like such a famous line.
It's like a famous line.
Yeah.
And he's an incredibly talented guy. And he comes in with a guy called Ed, who's a theatre director and like also comedy writer and great all-round guy that I collaborate with a lot. And we just have these days where we sit in the office and we come up with a concept, so like America, and then we just spitball ideas about it. And it normally starts with you get the most common denominator of the thing you think of. So America, we thought, okay, what is synonymous with America? Cowboys eating loads of food, what else was it, like the Hollywood sign, and then from there you take those things and try and do the opposite thing. So like cowboys, like, right, what could cowboys do that you wouldn't expect them to do? Cowboys can ride horses, cowboys shoot guns. What if we got cowboys playing polo on horses? So that's how
that's your like formula.
So that's the format. So it's like take a thing and do the exact opposite of what you would imagine to that thing. And then from there, it's like we've got the title, and then I give it to my producer, Molly, who then goes away and just kind of comes back to me and goes, yeah, that's not feasible. That is feasible. And this is how much it's going to cost. So we do like writing sessions once every 2 weeks.
And do they help write the content within the video?
Yeah, so then it's about like the beats within the very rough guidelines, because every video needs a structure. So if we just went to America and I tried to be a royal, we knew it wouldn't be that interesting. So we knew I had to have goals. I need to have like things that I went out to achieve. So they said, right, you've got to get like paparazzi to see whether people say hello. You've got to get VIP treatment, and you've got to get like a free experience of some description. So that's when we came up with how we came up with them from there. But the actual things happen for real, but we've got to make sure that they have a structure.
Yeah, because I think that's such a big part about how like YouTube videos work nowadays. Is it's no longer just sort of sending it and seeing what happens. Like you have to have not planned, but at least an idea of, right, okay, is there a turning point in the video? What are the ebbs and flows of it? And how are we going to keep people engaged for the 15, 20 minutes or whatever? One of the things that we have noted down here is the greatest YouTube videos of all time. We want to do a top 5.
Oh yeah.
Now this is deep, because I was thinking,
this is so hard.
No, should we limit it UK? I'm tempted to make it UK only.
Yeah.
I just think
does it make it more obvious being UK though? Do you know what I mean? There's more things to discuss if it's worldwide.
I'm just trying to think about worldwide.
The problem is, it's like whether it's, I think like greatest YouTube videos are videos that like probably affect content that comes out for like quite a few years afterwards. It's like
changes how would you say it?
Yeah, like the meta.
Yeah, change the meta. Yeah.
Like people like Casey Neistat were that.
Yeah, but is there one video that you can point to? Probably not.
No. Off the top of my head, no. But I reckon if you looked at his channel, you could go, that's
the greatest brand video of all time was his Nike brand, the Nike brand deal that he did.
Is that the one where he's like skiing through New York?
Yeah, he basically said, I was given this budget by Nike, and instead of making the video, I decided to spend it by flying around the world. And it's just a montage. Like, it's genuinely just a montage, and it's absolutely nuts. He just like sits on it. Yeah, make it count. Is like, look how
many views that on?
32 mil,
and it's just like an absolute, such a basic thumbnail and title.
Yeah,
but when did that come out? 12 years ago.
Damn,
mad.
Yeah, they're laughing.
So yeah, that
I think let's just do UK.
Okay,
let's just do UK, and let's get the greatest.
Or we're just going.
No, we call it YouTube videos.
I think maybe it's also got to be a vid that you finished watching it and were like,
that was sick.
That was insane.
Yeah. I've got one that needs to be in top 5.
I've got one.
Yours might be the same as mine, bro.
All right, should we just let's say what
before you go into it? I just want to say you need to base these on like a originality, production quality, and social impact.
And I've got one that ticks all of those boxes.
Is it a friend of ours?
It is.
Yeah.
It is Nico's racism KKK video.
Yeah,
that for me was up there.
I'll put that in somewhere. I think maybe like 5th.
I could put it in. It's in the top 5
because I remember watching that and sitting back and going, "What a fucking banger, man!"
I mean, it was the storytelling was really, really, really good, and what I liked about it was. I sometimes felt with like Nico's older stuff that he was doing a lot of punching down. So he was just like annoying the general public for no reason. And so doing it to somebody who is the leader of the KKK, it like elevated that to a different level.
It's something that doesn't seem like feasible to pull off. Like he's gone to the most racist town in America and he's actually met up with the leader. You kind of can't.
But it seems like he did it whilst he was there as well. It seemed like quite, because I don't think he was going out there to meet them. He just went to go to
the most racist town and then it just happened.
Then it happened. Or at least that's the way it's painted. I don't actually know. But
having Nico go up against him in the way that Nico's so good at in like basically trolling people whilst they're talking to them.
It was fucking brilliant.
Was really, really
and
good.
You just sat there watching like, oh my God, this guy's got no clue.
Yeah.
It just makes it.
Yeah. That was...
Right, what else are we getting in this top 5 then? Come on, Max, we need some contribution.
I genuinely think that the Uber Butler getting his shed at number 1 on TripAdvisor
yes.
is
great shout.
That was class.
What's that? Because
So this was kind of before its time.
This was kind of like to talk about things that like set the trend of like
Uber.
Uber Butler, then just like shed. This video, how to become TripAdvisor's number 1 fake restaurant.
I just don't know who Uber Butler is.
Well, unfortunately, it just means that you're not dialed in.
I'm not.
So
you surely recognize him.
This was like he made a video where he got his garden shed to be the number 1 rated restaurant on TripAdvisor, and it didn't exist. And so it got so big that he then decided to do a one night where they were open to the public, and he had people come down and blindfolded them and serve them like microwave meals, and then people were like looking for like repeat bookings and stuff. And I remember watching that. That came out 6 years ago. I remember watching that, and I don't think I hadn't seen anything that elaborate on YouTube before.
No.
And that started a lot of the stuff that people make. That informed like loads of videos I made, Zach Alsop made. I was going to say that the breaking into London Fashion Week.
I was literally going to say, I think that has got to be up there, because that for me was one of the first truly viral UK YouTube videos.
I think it's got like 30 mil.
Yeah.
On a long form.
That's insane. I always see it on my timeline because...
And I just remember everybody was talking about it. Yeah. And that was the first time I'd ever seen you as well.
Yeah, that was the thing that was totally the thing that made me like blow up. Yeah. It was nuts. I went from like 1,000 subs to 100K in like a week.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that is a bit nuts. That's where you kind of came from, actually.
That Fashion Week video was class.
The Fashion Week video is definitely up there. Race to America, Uber Butler. What else? What about...
What's an iconic moment?
Casper Lee, Chubba Bunny.
In terms of setting trends, like...
In terms of impact...
In terms of cultural impact, he's got to be up there.
Is there anything from...
Oh, what about Alfie's £1 video? Come on, man. That was iconic.
Yeah, but...
That was iconic.
But it doesn't belong here.
And iconic, not the same. Is there anything from like JJ or Sidemen or anyone? If we're talking UK, is there anything there?
It's not really a vid, but like the Sidemen charity match is...
I would say that's a great moment.
It's an event.
It's an event. Greatest YouTube event.
But like that was a moment where like slightly changed. Like it changed the game for a lot of people.
What about JJ's finale of Race Division 1? That
just passed me by.
Unless you were dialed in. I mean, yeah. Look, for us, fucking sleuths, like we love that.
It's not one of those. I think you could say it was the greatest of all time.
We've got to look at it.
But it is obviously such a big.
You're getting closer to Harlem Shake. You know, that's
Sax Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably...
What was to one Droidica?
Hyper. Get Hyper. Get Hyper. The music video to that was...
Oh, no. Okay, then definitely I would say Simon's Deji diss track.
No.
What, not
That's
Harry's?
not going down as a greatest YouTube video.
Listen, I go back and rewatch that regularly.
Harry's one was something.
No, Simon sounded good. Yes. Harry was just him jumping up and down on a car, just saying horrific stuff.
Yeah, Simon's was really good in terms of diss tracks. But guys, this is not the greatest videos of all time. Come on. We've got to dial in here. What else?
People are
do we
gonna
have?
have a fucking throats if we chuck a diss track in it.
Yeah, if we chuck a
We've got
diss
to be
track in.
serious about this.
Yeah, people are going to get this is
This is gonna
Like,
get
I
vicious.
really think we've got 3 strong videos here.
Those are good shouts. Obviously, I only know 2 of them, but I can understand why you chose that restaurant one. I've watched.
It was just
people
ahead of
start
its time.
doing microwave meals and selling them. I've seen.
that was
Josh
Jack
Peters has done that.
Yeah, I like those kind of videos though.
Oh, what? No, actually, it doesn't.
Oops.
His Katie Hopkins videos that he did was good.
Oh, the CUNT.
Josh Peters has done some bangers.
I can't watch it.
Your fucking one where you tricked everyone at the airport was really good as well.
I don't think that was a particularly good YouTube video.
No, but
I just got
the
lucky.
execution,
I got
pulling that
lucky
off
that it
was
just like the general public, it went like viral in the mainstream.
I was on a plane to Gatwick the other day, and someone literally like right behind me was talking about your video. I was
Really?
like, oh, it's quite funny.
I wanted to keep that sign up. I wanted to make like a semi-permanent thing.
That's a good point.
And I spoke to the owners of the land, and they were like, "Nah, we want it back." We just gave,
Boring.
yeah, party's over. Party's over. So
Right, let's think, because so far we've got like not prank ones, but they are quite. I wonder, is there like
that's a
a
good-
motivational, or just like a.
something deep.
What
Is
about-
there anything profound out there that's changed your perspective on life?
some of the CoffeeZilla stuff, I know it's not British.
Don't fucking do this.
Why is he going to come for you?
No, but we're not
talking
talking
about greatest
That's
videos
just
ever.
he's just getting people. Well, they are scammers most of the time, right? But still, he's
Proddy,
ruining people's lives.
Who else have you got?
Oh, scratching my head.
This
We need something profound and deep. We need
We also-
to be
it'd be good-
moving and emotional.
It would be good to have a female creator on that list as well.
Oh, quota.
Then you got to be looking at Zoella.
Yeah.
Like Zoella's the real pioneer. I was going to quickly just put in
Jack
our group
made
chat, see if
calendar.
anyone's got.
Video. Oh, the TV's gone off, bro.
I've done that on purpose because I don't want you to see my screen.
Okay.
Stanley, what you got, man? You're a bit of a YouTube merchant. You got anything to throw into the barrel?
I don't like good videos, not like
Nah, you're more like Kyson at Brain Rot.
Stanley just watches streamers.
Stan, do you watch the streamers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does actually stream.
No, I think it's good. It's great if you do, because I want to understand why people watch the streamers.
Stanley streams himself. He's got 9 subs. I was his 9th sub. Have you subbed?
And I'm ready to be the 10th.
Yep.
Do you have to pay for that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why, you were going to offer up until you realised it cost me money.
No, after
Cheap bastard. But I've asked the group
£3.99
chat.
a month, I think it is.
$3.99.
Yeah. Trust me, it was hard to part way with that kind of cash. What have you got?
He's cooked up a stinker, I can tell.
I
He
wanna hear
hasn't
it.
even annoyed at himself.
I haven't got a stinker on me. I'm struggling here because I remember we spoke about this with Theo ages ago. Remember he put his own video in there and we were discussing the best, the best videos of
You've
the
always
year.
got to put your own vid in when
Yeah.
To be fair, I
But,
put a video that
okay.
I'm in.
Hear me out. I'm not glazing here, but are we going to say with the amongst UK YouTube
Okay.
the
I
hype
know
that your
what
Buckmore
No.
stuff
Oh,
gets?
thank you, brother.
It's a good video. It's
that
not
what
going
you-
down
no,
as a
bro,
great.
but
You
like-
know, I think there are a lot that will agree. Max, have you seen the Buckmore videos?
Good vids.
Yeah, and the
really
thing is,
enjoyable.
there's not many.
Not top 5 greatest.
There's not many people that would be able to like do a karting video to the same like level and people care about.
No,
it.
you're right. Like it was 45 minutes and I was dialed in.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the video is in the greatest, despite the thousands of comments saying it is.
What about the thing is,
'cause these
I was going
videos
to
are
say
a bit
the
different.
Sidemen have. So you can either go with the Tinder. A Sidemen Tinder, I really feel like that blew up that type of video.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like the greatest.
That's true.
I
but
don't.
in terms of that genre, okay. If
I
it's
was
not
going to
that
say
one-
that, but I thought I'd get cooked.
It is a bit of a.
Sidemen Tinder, because it is one of them generational ones that like
huge,
people
isn't
clip
it?
for fucking years onwards.
All right, but then you got.
What about then if you want to do clips, the first roast of the Sidemen?
the first roast, that was good. I don't think it's.
We've got to think about this as a whole, right? Imagine we had like 10,000 people, YouTube watchers in a room, right? And we asked them this question: are they really coming back with like, roast of Sidemen?
No.
Are they coming back with, Sidemen Tinder Speed Edition?
Yeah, that's true.
They're probably not. We need to think bigger.
Oh wait, surely one of Will's.
Which one though?
Lenny.
What's my favorite Will video? His Vietnam video was a belter.
Yeah.
Was it Vietnam?
I remember the
Enjoyed Smallest Car too.
smallest car was really good.
Well, I think we're in the same boat.
COVID. He made one of the best COVID vids that I saw.
What was it?
The All Star Smash Mouth YouTuber one.
Ooh, Yeah, that was good.
I remember that. That
Them
was
takeaway
good.
vids were class.
Actually featured in that, so I don't mind putting it in the list.
The moment that he gets pie with the never gonna give you up
Well,
dance.
yes.
That is one of the best clips.
That is iconic.
I watch it regularly and laugh every time.
Is
because
there a Chris MD video that needs to be in here? I feel like he consistently has good videos, but has he had that video? Oh my gosh. The original Sidemen Crossbar Challenge. You want to talk about something that like set off, changed the
game.
whole game.
I think he busted his eye.
No, that's where Vicstar hits the crossbar.
Yeah.
I think we could put. I think we have.
That's got to go in there.
It'd be wrong to not have a Sidemen video as well. Like they've done
Oh my god.
the most for UK.
Someone
videos,
has just said
Yeah.
the KSI hamster funeral.
Nah, it's not the greatest video. It was a fun.
Oh, okay,
it did go
alright,
viral,
I've got
though.
another one.
we were all
another one.
involved in that video, and
I'm happy to
it
put
was
it in
fun.
there.
It was funny, but like it was a church with a hamster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about something that transcended?
Get me my Sidemen Crossbar video
Bro,
in there.
something that
original.
transcended the horny generation, the JMX strip FIFA.
Oh, strip people.
I wasn't watching YouTube at this
legendary.
time.
So which strip FIFA did you prefer? Because mine was.
What's strip FIFA?
What, you don't know about this?
He's lying. He has a YouTube playlist on private. with all of them in there.
Cal, are you referring to on the Sidemen channel or Harry's one?
It's
72 mil.
It's not that.
That
one.
is a whoever's just posted. I forced myself to get a Zictor to Zin. That's a really good title.
Yeah. 'cause
Who was
that's
that?
so viral.
Oh,
that.
sorry, man.
No.
Zin Snuts.
Reed Smith.
Who's that?
Yeah.
No idea.
He's the next viral YouTuber.
Sorry, Reed.
Looks
I'm
like
not
Kid
aware
Laroi.
of your work, but that is an absolute belting title.
It might be on Simon's channel, but wait, let's check on the Sidemen and you just type in crossbar.
So you can do it with Lost Marys.
Yeah. Oh,
Elf
that's actually
bars.
a good point. Someone did that with.
I smoked 1,000 Lost Marys in 24 hours.
Was it the one at Charlton Stadium?
Nope, it was indoors.
This one?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah,
I
it's
know
that
what
one.
you
It's
mean.
that one.
It is that one.
Wait, 16 mil.
Oh no, they're
Yeah,
all.
it is this one.
No, it's not. Because me
Is
and
this
Lux
the
are
one
in
where Simon razzes it?
it. No, this ain't it. It might be on Simon's. Oh, go down. Can you go? Oh, react to old videos. Yeah, so they're gonna react to the actual that video though. Fuck. Damn, this is annoying.
Damn,
Jeez,
they look like kids there as well. But they're-
Josh's beard is giving Abu Hamza. That is.
he looks like a Discord mod here.
Was it this one?
Whoa.
That one there?
Josh.
There, that video, this video.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Broski, your fall off needs to be studied.
All right, what
Used
you
to be a-
you say?
How old were you in that? In that, were you over 18 in that?
Just
Just checking.
Just checking before we give you any more compliments.
yeah, but yeah, that was the video prod.
Yeah.
Right, so we're putting Sidemen
trying to
Crossbar
find
Challenge.
I think that needs to be in there. I
You've
know
used
that
that
wasn't
goal.
necessarily your era, but I just think in
Sidemen
terms of,
Crossbar Challenge. And then
we've got one more slot,
we're
guys.
probably missing something super fucking
Yeah,
obvious,
we are.
aren't
There is somebody who's going to be like,
people
how
are just
could
going
you
to
not
comment saying,
talk
how do you
about
forget
this?
this?
Someone did say Sidemen Crossbar Challenge in our broadcast channel.
Yeah.
Right, so at least, what else we got in there?
Someone said the Joe Sugg, Cal Freezy, LA vlog series.
Would you rather?
That's it. It's
First Sidemen holiday vid getting a lot of mentions.
It was big. That was good.
feel like
Actually,
it
their
cost that,
American road trip video is still the one that I believe was their best ever YouTube video.
People saying TGF driving test.
Learning to drive.
was there a TGF video out there?
What about the cement thing?
Nah.
You remember the
I
microwave?
spoke to
The
Ramel
microwave.
about that. I was with Ramel a couple of weeks ago and I asked him about the cement like microwave vid. And he was saying that it was meant to be him. He was meant to have the cement like poured into it and then just Jay at the last minute were like, I'll do it, bro. And Ramel was like, really? You sure? He was like, yeah, bro, I'll take the hit. And he was just telling me that fallout was just bad. I think they realized that that was really stupid.
Yeah.
That
was a big
Wait,
video.
what? I've forgotten.
Oh,
How
shit,
did he
what do you mean?
breathe again? How did he breathe? Was it for a straw?
Yeah, it was through a straw.
Thinking back at it, like, what the fuck?
Nah, I'm just deep in it. Yeah, because I used to love that shit and be like, yeah, I was sick. That.
Yeah, but like looking
Now I'm
at that
thinking
now
about
is like
it
as a 30-year-old,
Yeah,
be like,
I'm just like, what
what
the
are you doing?
fuck? You had cement. Oh, fella, they were good lads. They still are good lads, but
yeah, I mean,
Metal Olympics.
Could you
Joe
go
Weller
to,
Internet Melts. It had a lot of
Joe Weller,
fallout from it in terms of influence.
but the thing is, like, that's a series, right? That's not a vid. It's not. That's. I mean, he's very funny in it, but it's just ultimately him.
Shaped a lot of humor.
Huh?
Shaped a lot of humor.
Yeah, but we're
Shaped a lot
talking
of
about
humor.
series, though.
Can you go to
Societal
Will's
impact.
channel and go by most popular?
Yeah.
Because I swear,
I think you might be respecting Will O'Neill.
I might be giving Will too much here.
No, I do like Will. He definitely is one of the best creators we have now.
$1 billion of the world's cheapest currency. That was that Vietnam thing. That was
I say
good.
the All-Star Smash Mouth is his most popular vid.
Yeah,
The Belle Delphine bathwater. I remember that.
that was pretty iconic.
Yeah.
The whole Morgs thing was pretty good.
Because I guess Will's only recently started filming videos, outside.
Yeah, he has
He's
been
gone
quite
from
an
commentary
indoor
to
guy.
more
Is there a
like,
Harry one that we're missing?
real life stuff.
The Lux one where he leaked Will's number is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's just difficult, innit? Harry video where he whacks his mum in the face. Classic.
That's a classic clip. Innit?
Yeah, it's classic clip, but overall video. Damn, it's a struggle there, to be fair. Do we just need that one final
Just
video?
that one final thing.
By the way, if you just look at Harry's views on his top view, it's just insane.
It's a joke, mate.
Was that 78 mil?
77 mil, 76
Fair freaking
mil.
play, eh?
Some boy.
Fair freaking play to the dog.
Well, yeah, if you keep going down, what does it, like, you're still quite far down here and it's still, what is it saying? 30?
32.
It's insane, man.
That's wild.
Yeah, you don't actually realize.
Okay,
just
stop, Proddy. What is that still? You're still on 20s.
20s. Still
Yeah.
in the 20s.
Still in the 20s.
It's just obscene. Like, wait, scroll up a little bit. Insane trampoline park. One more up.
21 mil.
Just a trampoline.
One view per hour.
I think this add-on I've got is buggy.
No, it's probably about right, honestly.
that is probably about right.
21 mil insane trampoline park. That's the blood, sweat, and tears we go through for views, and that's getting 21 mil. Just a classic.
I was going to say Luck sleeping on a golf course until he gets a hole in one.
Man,
Yeah.
you're pulling out stinkers here.
Yeah, Matt, you're letting the team.
I
No,
really
it's
am.
very clear you have a very
Got an
Different.
agenda. You like white posh YouTubers.
No, I like
you have a-
structure.
yeah, you like a certain type of YouTube video.
I like story. I like stakes, and
Yes.
like he would have been there for days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm in that video. There, one Fortnite win equals Jaws versus Ninja.
Damn, bro, that's your
did-
most viewed video.
That
You
is-
made a Harry thumbnail. That's crazy.
He used to wheel me in for Fortnite all the time.
Theo Baker's had a shout. Theo Baker versus Mia Khalifa penalty shootout.
I think that recommendation of Theo Baker versus Mia Khalifa, that's tickled
The
me.
penalty shootout.
Is that number one? Or
If
is that
we-
number
if
5?
That's got to be number one.
Yeah, fine.
What, we all agreement?
We have to go Theo Baker's penalty shootout versus Mia Khalifa, number one greatest UK YouTube video
Of all
right.
time.
of all time. Sorry.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. Well, that's nice.
Did you see?
How's
wait,
Theo made his way into this?
have you?
Makes great videos.
Yes.
Makes great MP4s.
Don't say that. Stop being nice to him.
Do you remember when you used to make WMVs? Oof. Did you ever make a WMV?
Movie video.
It was like it was a different format. You have MP4 and WMV. Did you see that Nico? We spoke about it actually on here, but wanted to get your thoughts. And if you've ever been approached about this, which is Nico sold, I think is the right word, one of his YouTube videos to Netflix.
To Netflix, yeah, that was really cool to see. I didn't. I no.
Have you
I've
never had that type of combo?
I've never had that. I've never had that cool.
Have you had that thought though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I mean, it's really difficult because I think there are a few creators that could do it now because I think it needs to be a certain level of like polish. So like people that I can think of off the top of my head, like Michelle Carey.
Oh yeah.
In the States.
Yeah,
like,
hers are very
and
well done.
YouTube, I know, are really latching onto her and pushing her as a creator to showcase to the mainstream media what creators are doing and what they
they're
can do.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I do like her videos. They're very.
I mean,
It's just different when you watch them, and the title sometimes is really simple.
Yeah.
The title and the thumbnail is like it's a simple concept. It's not like, oh my god, this is so out of the ordinary. But then when you watch the video, and it's not normally quite long, it's just so well done.
yeah,
and executed.
It's a TV show.
Yeah,
but
it's
I was in one with her last year. The pirate ship.
Yes,
She invited
yes, you were.
like 4 creators onto a ship that literally is like from like 1802, like really, really old. And we lived on board. We literally worked on board. We were like part of the crew for like 3.5 days. And like seeing the way that she works and the team that she had, it was like huge. Like there were like producers, like 3 cam ops, a sound guy, like big sound guy with like a boom.
Oh, yeah.
Where's she getting the money to do this?
I don't know. Like she's got that American brand deal money.
Yeah, and she gets a lot of views. So
she gets good views, but she probably like, you know, she probably reinvests a lot. Like I don't know how much, but like a lot of all of her cash back into the vids and just making just more and more. But it is like. It is cool to see creators getting Netflix, like it's not really a Netflix show, it's just like selling something to Netflix. But Nico's stuff, like it slightly confused me because on Netflix it said 2021. It said it had been posted in 2021, but it said new to Netflix. So probably if you have a look on Netflix, don't know whether you're logged in there.
Maybe that was just because when the content was made in 2021.
It is new though, isn't it? Because Nico and Upload have been posting about it.
Yeah, no, we know that, but we're just saying that.
Are you trying to say that it was there?
I don't know whether like they bought it in 2021 or it was just because the footage was made in 2021. But that doesn't make sense because they obviously did new. If you just type it in the search bar,
yeah, no, I
so recently added, and you click on it, and then it says 2021.
But I think that's because this video was shot and filmed in 2021.
Yeah.
But they've obviously done loads of new overlays because that stuff there where he's talking to camera, that's recent.
It's a completely repurposed video.
Yeah.
This video doesn't exist on YouTube.
No, they've taken the footage, given it to the Netflix editors, like, right, let's make something about this. They've titled it, what's the title? How I won the London mayor election.
A little bit clickbait.
That's
clickbaiting on Netflix is crazy.
Like, that's fine on YouTube, but you can't be doing that on Netflix. So I mean, like, fair fucks to him. It was a great process. I also did it as well, but no one remembers that.
I remember because there was actually a little bit of drama around that. Although there obviously
I made a little bit of drama about it because like I did it and then Nico posted a vid also doing it and everyone was like, "Oh, Nico stole your idea," and like I said. No, he obviously didn't. I told Nico, obviously, I know you didn't, but like I played it up a little bit to be like, oh, maybe he did, maybe what? But it was only a good thing because he got loads and loads of views for that series. I was obviously then doing the same thing, so it was in the recommended. It was like a good association to be doing at the same time.
I think you blew up a lot. You definitely came at it more because you and a fellow named Lawrence Fox were just going at it. Did you? And by the way, that Lawrence Fox is still knocking around and like still quite a big political figure, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you ever cross paths with him? Was there ever any like legal stuff between you two?
There was never any legal stuff.
Quite a lot of just back and forth.
Yeah, I was just being a troll. I was just annoying him. And like initially I was kind of thinking, oh, you know, it's a bit of fun. But then I realized quite quickly that he's, in my opinion, he's a properly nasty man. Like, you cannot agree with his politics, fine, but the more I interacted with him on a personal level, and everyone I spoke to interacted with him on a personal level, not a nice guy. And there was one thing that I kept on doing is I realized I basically just turn up whenever he was doing big press events and like annoy him. So he had a big battle bus, and so I wrote on my card, "Don't believe everything you see on a bus," and drove behind his bus the entire way around London. So just being like, I was just being a nuisance. And then he basically then only sent out press releases to certain publications as to telling them where he would be to stop people like me knowing where he was going to be and turning up. But I was always there, and he would get increasingly annoyed. It's like, how the fuck do you know where I'm going to be? And the reason is because there was like a kid on his team, like a 19-year-old kid who'd been given the job, hated working for him so much, he would just DM me the schedule. He'd be like, he's going here, he's going to be doing this, and I found that really funny because he obviously treated his staff so badly.
That's unreal.
They were just like, "Fuck you, I don't care. I'm gonna, you know, like." Make sure that you
your life's hell.
Yeah, your life's hell. So that was Lawrence Fox. But I would you obviously want to get involved with Netflix in some way because it's just such a good stamp of approval. And there are longer form ideas that I would like to do. Like a lot of travel stuff I'd like to do. Like, I want to do a video where I water ski behind a cruise ship. Just cause. And I think that needs Netflix money.
You come up with
Do you think that needs Netflix money?
It's quite dangerous. It's been done twice before. Mythbusters did it. Do you remember Mythbusters?
Yeah, of course.
They did it. And then weirdly, Kygo the DJ did it in Norway, but he did it behind like a passenger ferry in Norway.
Right.
And that was wild.
So why are you itching to do it if it's already been done?
Oh, because I just think it'd be sick.
Yeah.
It is quite dangerous.
Why does something like that need Netflix money?
Well, because you need to be able to get into the higher ups of companies that have cruise ships and like basically convince them this is a good idea, because my producer is.
You know what it does seem like? It seems very Red Bull coded.
Yeah, I reached out to them. And they were like, nah, maybe.
They're doing. What was the recent stunt that they did that was just absolutely nuts? I know they're.
They did. They flew through the Tower Bridge with the
jets.
The jets, yeah.
Yeah. That was, I mean, they're always doing, I always wonder with their stuff, like they even, I believe this is a couple years old now, but they had one in a hot air balloon that was being picked up. A friend of ours worked on this and it picked up like a skate bowl.
Oh, yeah. That was nuts.
And the skater was skating in this airborne
I've seen this
skate bowl. And like the clips are incredible. And I just think, like, and the guy has like a parachute on as well. And I think he jumps off at one point, like then parachutes. But I always wonder, there's so much risk involved. Loads of it feels so illegal. I just always wonder, how do they get the approval to do so much of this stuff?
I think it's just they just put it in the works for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And like they obviously just have huge
because that hot air balloon
stuff.
landed in a military base.
Really?
Yeah, it landed because with a hot air balloon, you actually don't have that much control.
No, you
over
don't.
it.
You can go up and down and that's about it.
Yeah, and so they went to a military base. And it landed in a military base, and obviously it all kicks off. But yeah, our friend worked there, and he was like panicking when it dropped in.
That is
shit.
The one that Red Bull did, where they got one of the wingsuit guys to fly into a plane.
Saw that.
Like that is nuts.
Yeah,
that was.
Did you hear about the guy that went to prison for life because he parachuted out of his own plane?
Yeah, and crashed it.
Yes,
Idiot.
yeah,
Such a moron.
Pretended that it was a.
It was a crash, and pretended he needs to
mental.
That vid to wingsuit flights base jump into a plane.
What's their biggest video? Is it the space jump?
It's got to be,
right, because that's like fucking.
To give an idea, just to go back to like the way that I come up with ideas, it's just contrast. That is just contrast. It's what do you normally do? Well, you base jump out of a plane. Could be base jump into a plane.
Yeah.
So
right, I see.
Just reversing it.
It's just you just reversing it. Yeah, jump from space. Is that a British vid?
What?
Baumgartner?
Yeah, Baumgartner, Felix Baumgartner jumping from space.
British?
Red Bull? No, he's Austrian.
No, yeah.
He's also not really a creator as well.
Is
Red
Bull
a tough
Austrian?
one to get.
Is it Austrian?
Yeah, I think
It was Thai.
Red Bull? No, I think it's Austrian.
Yeah, Supersonic Freefall, there is.
This is the most viewed video. I'm pretty sure I've seen this. The guy jumping.
Yeah,
Mr. Paul.
Yeah, this is just a guy parkouring through an airport though.
Parkouring is just the funniest thing.
Which is it's impressive, but it's just him doing flips and tricks and stuff. Oh, look at him. Oh, the plane's leaving. Oh no, let me jump.
Yeah. I mean
that is a really
this
cool.
Is pretty cool.
That is a really cool shot.
Yeah. I haven't seen this video. This is he's absolutely hitting the gas.
Is the cameraman going to jump too?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just parkour, I'm not too sure it does it for me.
I find it cool
because I look at it and I think I can do that.
I don't want to say this. It is cool and sick, and some of the shit they do is mad. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, bro, you're just jumping over gaps and little small streams and stuff.
It's the ones where there's really cool parkour when they're doing these big stunts, but when they're just sort of spinning on a rail.
When they're doing stuff like that where it's massive gaps, I mean, it's quite cool.
Yeah.
And
I had a really
the ones where they're
mythical,
going down buildings and up buildings and stuff.
a really mythical FYP pull, and it was just some 50-year-old woman doing the shittest parkour around London streets. Or no, to be fair, it was some small town in England. And she was literally just sort of as you said, just hopping over a stone. And her mates are going, yeah, sick. And clapping her and stuff.
Rate it.
FYP
It was bizarre, bro.
Yeah, the way you guys talk, I don't understand a lot of the way that you guys talk.
He's speaking in TikTok comments.
That was all the comments, in fairness.
Mythical FY people on God.
I can't laugh, I'm the same.
Your Chip's the worst for it.
Guys, let's speak English for a second.
Have you ever had any videos that you've had to can? As in you've been mid-filming and gone, this either can't go out or we just can't complete it?
Surely.
Yeah, nothing comes to the top of my head though.
Really?
Because
you always find a way to.
Because we always try and find a way to make it happen or make it work. Because we've normally gone through a big old process before we've even started shooting, that we're like, okay, that's not going to work. There was a vid that I want to do. I want to like rent space. It was going to like a sequel to the Luton video. I wanted to find someone who owned land right next to one of the major motorways in the UK. And I want, you know, in America, they have like roadside attractions. They put like huge statues up of like the world's largest aubergine or some weird stuff like that. I want to put a massive like 200-foot chicken looking like it's crossing the road just next to the M1. Like there you go. Imagine that. Like you just have this like 150-foot thing just like with its one leg out right next to the M1.
Finally get the answer.
Yeah.
Why did the chicken
and then on the other side just have a stack of chicken nuggets.
That is class. So that sounds expensive.
Oh yeah, that was like 200 grand before we were even kind of scratching the surface, because like there's loads of stuff that you need to think about in terms of if there's a storm, for example, and a bit of the chicken blows off, hits a car on the motorway and causes a crash. I would go to jail. So like there's just loads and loads of stuff for that. But it would genuinely, I think, become a huge British icon quite quickly if you just like every single time you're driving, we're driving past the chicken crossing the road.
Yeah.
Take a left after the chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You see when you were little and you're driving home after somewhere and you had like a reference point, like, oh, we're at that bridge. I know we're 20 minutes from home. Yeah, the little chef where you're like, oh yeah, we're nearly home.
Could you do it with not being a motorway across maybe like an A road,
dual carriageway?
Yeah, could you do that? Yeah.
I mean, do you know what?
North Circular.
It doesn't have to be a motorway.
It doesn't have to be a motorway, but I reckon I might look into this. I might see if I can crowdsource this. Because I reckon you could do a Kickstarter. I reckon I could make the money.
Oh my God. I will give you 10 quid.
I'll back it.
I think because it is so stupid.
I wonder if as well everybody could have a tile on the chicken that's donated.
That's a good idea.
Or their name is etched into the chicken.
Like the fucking F1 flag where everyone's names wrote on each square.
Yeah. Same thing.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Then people get
minimum, and there's also like tiers to it. So you donate 100 quid and you can have an image on it. 50 quid, you get your name on it.
Yeah.
10 quid, you get your initials on it.
Yeah.
I don't know, just something like that.
Donate £1,000 and get an actual body part.
Of me?
Not of you.
I'll sell a finger for 50k.
£1,000 and you can come to the opening.
Yeah, to the opening of it. Yeah, you can be an honorary. I reckon it's got legs.
There's something there.
It does, yeah.
Literal legs, yeah.
What is the most expensive video you've done? Drop some on us.
I mean, we dropped a fair whack on the goldfish that I buried for the treasure hunt.
Oh yes, of course. I remember that, man.
We got to talk about that.
That was like
actually.
30 grand.
You know, I was convinced that I figured out where the goldfish was.
Yeah, everyone was convinced.
No, but I had a story. I had some lore behind mine.
So wait, just before you said lore, just explain what this video was to people that haven't seen it.
So I did a treasure hunt about 3 years ago for 10 grand that was in a briefcase, just cash that I buried somewhere in the UK. I then thought, right, I want this accessible to everybody in the world. I want anyone in the world to find it. So it was a treasure hunt, but it was not a physical one. So you could do it online. So you needed to find something. And if you did, you found this gold fosh, which was a handmade 18 karat gold diamond encrusted fish that I had made by a jeweler called Sam Hunter, who was insane. Like the craftsmanship was insane. So we had it, we made it, we got this guy who's like this treasure hunt expert that I work with, who's amazing, who set this treasure hunt. We worked together, and it took people like 2 or 3 months to work out where it was. And then eventually someone found it. This guy in Seattle found it. He found out like the answer to the riddle. And so I gave him the.
So in the end, it was only found online. There was not a physical place.
There was, because I wanted access. It wanted it to be accessible to anybody in the world.
So explain your thing.
At the time, I didn't know that, and I thought I was on a boat. I got a boat near the Thames for a video, and some guy was like, "Oh yeah, Matt, I was with Max Fosh the other day," and I was like, "Oh, that's really weird." Like, just as you'd set up your treasure hunt, and I was like, has Max Fosh gone and put his little goldfish on one of these little Thames in the island? And I was convinced.
Putting the fish in the Thames would have been quite a good idea.
Yeah.
And I was like going around to everyone, like, boys, I think it's somewhere in the Thames, man.
Hang it in a box.
It would have made a lot of sense. Fish in the Thames.
Yeah. That would have been good. So who ended up finding it and how did they find
what
it?
was the middle?
Oh God, it was hard. It was complicated. I can't really remember. This guy who I think was he just graduated university as like a neuroscientist. So he was a clever dude. And there was a particular way that I would find out if it had been won. It was like I would get a notification off like this website that I owned, like deep in the internet, and I suddenly got this notification ping up with the right answer. I was like, "Fuckers found it."
Where were you when you got the?
I was at home and I just like jumped on a call with him immediately, and I was like, "You got it right," and he was so shocked. But then there was an issue of like trying to get him it. So I then had to sell the fish and then give him the money.
Yeah, and so you sold it for 30 grand.
No, yeah.
How do you sell a custom bit of jewelry like that?
We basically the way it was really hard. So then what I did is I paid him just cash for the worth of the like gold and diamonds and everything.
Right.
So that's I've actually still got the.
So you've got the fish.
I've still got the actual.
That's
fish.
Quite cool though.
Yeah.
That's like a nice.
Yeah, just keep it as a nice little piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like that. It's like that big.
And so I imagine he's found the website somewhere.
Yeah.
And then he's had to fill out a riddle.
Yeah, it was like,
I remember watching the video.
I didn't explain the video how it got found. God, that was, and like those treasure hunt videos were great. Like the audience, like 0.1% of the audience absolutely loved it and were like looking
obsessed.
for obsessed.
Yeah.
But for 99, the reason I haven't done another one since is because like what happens is you watch the first video, you go, oh, I'm not gonna work.
I'm never gonna find
I'm never gonna find it, and then you move on. So it's not something that that's the guy who won it.
I tell you what, though, I do think, I know you obviously did it digitally because you wanted anybody in the world to do it. I really believe if you teamed up with a brand and you managed to get 100 grand and you buy something with 100 grand, but it'll keep its value for 100 grand, maybe a bar of gold, whatever, and genuinely put it physically somewhere in the world. Like just anywhere in the world. And if somebody really wants it to the point where when and if they find that 100 grand, it's absolutely worth all the money and the time that they spent.
Problem is, I have a problem with that, which is what happened with the 10 grand stuff. People were flying over from like different parts of the world to somewhere that was completely nowhere near where the money was because they were absolutely adamant. And people get so consumed, and what I see happen is like people think they know the answer and then they work back, so they're like, right, I know it's going to be here, so I'm then going to find things that like support my theory.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah, it's confirmation bias, and so that happened a lot, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it. People were spending like so much money because they were adamant they were going to make 10 grand.
Fuck it.
Nah.
No, the reason why is because that's on you. There is no guarantee that this is there. You can drop a clue once a month or once a week for however long. Like you said, if people want to do that, do that. Just know there's a very high chance that you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what videos I love? You've probably seen these on TikTok, and it's a bloke who wears a disguise, a very deep voice, and he'll hide something somewhere in the world, and he'll say this long, elongated clue, but it's like some weird shit inside a box that's wrapped up in another box, and there's loads of niche bits to it. I can't remember the name of his account, and he'll hide it somewhere, and then people make it their mission to find his treasure, essentially.
Yeah. Like geocaching.
It's geocaching, but it's not like, obviously geocaching is like hidden under signs and things like that, isn't it? This is just completely rogue. Dig it like in a hole somewhere in a forest somewhere in the world.
I mean, I wanted to do a video of hiding. At the time, it was 10,000. I think now you'd probably have to up it a bit to make it worth people's time. But like a 20,000 just in the middle of the desert, it could be anywhere in that in the Sahara Desert, for example.
And you have to and
people would die.
And well, that's the thing. Some people might die, and I don't know what is actually the legal.
Would you give clues as to where it was?
Over time. Over time, I would, yeah.
Search for a month.
No, because it's one of those, like, you can sit around and wait for more clues.
Yeah,
or you can get out there and maybe camp out there.
Get out there hustling.
Yeah, bro. But obviously, I'd love it if I could make it like 50 or 100 grand. But I just had this obsession with either doing that, putting it out on in the desert, or I wanted to put it in the middle of the ocean.
That's what the Ocean Gate sub was looking for.
Yeah, Cal Freezy's treasure.
Cal Freezy's treasure.
The billionaire needed Cal Freezy's treasure.
Wait, we find it.
You know what I always really liked that Mr. Beast did was he kind of did videos that were time capsules for himself. Like,
Oh yeah, this video will be posted in 10 years.
And
I think there's one coming out soon.
Yeah. And it's just like, damn, every now and then I think about it and I'm like, I should do that. No, I don't do it. Then I think back a few years ago and I'll be like, damn, I'd be halfway there.
Well, you started it. You started doing it.
Yeah, well, I have the interviews, the 1 year on interviews.
Yeah, you did. Oh,
and
yeah.
so, you know what's interesting about that is I have played with the idea of stopping that and coming back in 5 or 10 years and doing it, because sometimes I feel like a year isn't enough time.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like the reason why I love the first one was actually because of COVID. I needed to do it over 2 years. So it was 2 years. And in that one was the one where I was like, oh my God.
People
Big change.
So not only people change, but just so much in the world has changed in that 2 years. Yeah. The 1 year, I'm just a little bit now. I don't know. I've toyed with it. I don't know if I'm going to do one next year. I've got the footage, so it might be a 2 year gap.
You should do even longer, bro. But it's annoying because you want to get the video out, obviously. And
I also think 2 years is a good amount of time. Like, you will see quite a lot of difference in somebody in 2 years.
Do you ever deep it? Some people do these videos and then they never get to watch them.
What? Because they die.
Yeah,
well, that's life, mate.
What the fuck? Prod.
No,
Tomorrow
it's just a bit sad, isn't it?
Never promised. No.
Just like
Well, that's actually more reason to do it, I
but
think.
someone's like written a letter to themselves and they'll never read it. That's sad.
Yeah. But fine.
Yeah.
Just is what it is, isn't it? Like,
That's life, buddy.
The circle of life.
Circle of life.
it is a circle of life. I'm trying to think if
You must.
I have actually
You must live to
seriously-
die, buddy.
I've seriously thought about what would happen if I did one of these YouTube videos and the YouTuber died. That I've thought about how many views I get.
Yeah. That's mental.
Isn't that crazy though?
I always get a little bit scared of the idea of the first YouTuber within our circle, like our grand circle that we have passing, like, because it's not really happens in America a lot where some of the big guys pass away, but we haven't really had that. Fortunately,
morbidly, statistically, it is quite likely to happen. Quite soon.
And soon,
yeah, because we've been around now for like 10 years. Everyone's been cutting around doing their own thing. Everything's been grand. Yeah, like you said, statistically, someone's got to pop it soon.
Has there been any scares? Like, not illness, because that's personal. But like,
when you guys nearly died on the EasyJet flight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that
could have been a bit. That could have been a bit mental if that landing gear went.
I would have been so annoyed. Like, Cal Freezy dies with Theo Baker. Like,
I always thought.
Who do you think? Who would have been the lead of the headline?
Harry,
no. Do you want to know what? Harry wasn't on it.
Harry wasn't on it.
None of us would be named in the thing because none of us are big enough. We would just got YouTubers.
YouTuber group.
Will was
YouTubers die in crash.
Yeah.
Small
tier.
print, bottom right.
Said list.
Yeah.
Bottom right.
Bottom right.
Probably
Monsters
reference
column
Chris,
on us. They were good lads.
Probably reference Chris MD's cat video.
Oh, was Chris on the plane? He was, wasn't he?
What is the greatest vid of all time?
No, it's just because it's mainstream.
That's not a bad shout.
It's not a bad shout.
The cat.
I remember watching that vid and being like,
It's a good ruse.
Did you know that was fake off the bat?
No, I didn't know it was fake off the bat.
Neither did I.
I only found out recently.
Same.
I was a
Blew
moron.
my fucking mind when I found out. I was like, you've ruined it. Oh, you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a belter of a vid. That's an absolute belter of a vid.
Yeah, that might Theo Baker and Chris can share the trophy on that one.
Yeah.
In terms of dying, you've had a couple people come get a couple injuries, big shoulder. We've had nothing big.
No one's died in boxing, and I think that I'm like, it seems like YouTube boxing seems to be like slightly petering out because apparently, like Jake Paul apparently had a fight this weekend. I had no idea.
It's just he's not really got the appeal of a YouTuber boxing anymore because you're not really a YouTuber if all you do is box.
I completely agree, and I think this is the problem that like Misfits to an extent have like started to do is that creators like YouTubers are now just becoming boxers, and it was interesting and fun when the thought of like, oh, let's watch Chip and Freezy have a fight because they don't know how to fight and it'll be quite fun. But now everyone's working so hard to get that mental knockout that there's not the storyline. The reason it was interesting is because there was a storyline of like, oh, I hate you, or whereas now it's like two people who can kind of box, who've been boxing for like 2 or 3 years.
And all they do is train boxing.
And all they do is train boxing. Videos. They don't make videos. And if they do, the videos, like, there's no storyline there.
But that's why I feel when they get fresh meat, like someone like Danny Aaron's, like that piques my interest again because I'm there like, oh, this is a genuine creator.
Want to see how he is.
That is a creator. Let's see.
He was going to fight Beaver, wasn't he? And then Beaver dropped out.
Yeah. But I think that he's got a new fight. He said on his story that he's got an opponent coming.
Why did Beaver drop out? Did they say or
injury supposedly? So
damn.
Scared.
Chipped a tooth, I think.
Chipped a tooth. That's
just poor.
That's
mate.
poor. That's really that's
you've
sad.
got no class about you, you know.
It's
Just
done
where's the
poorly,
decorum?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's had problems before, hasn't he, with his teeth? Do you remember his teeth injury?
You're lying to me, man.
I swear, bro.
Oh
look.
wait, no,
teeth
Proddy.
injury.
Well, he has got veneers. If that's what you're talking about.
No, he started a GoFundMe or something to get his teeth fixed ages ago.
Really? Stanley will know if he's lying.
Stanley, nod. I'm telling the truth, bro, aren't I?
Was that what they were like before?
I hope he's okay, Beaver. I hope he's going to be okay
Yeah.
because
Anyways.
he's not someone who I think
Can handle the...
he's blown up very quickly. It's slightly died down, and he's probably got used to a relative lifestyle pretty quickly, and it's just not sustainable.
Yeah. Needs to get working on that content.
Yeah.
Or
Make the vids.
invest your money.
He'll be sound. That's what I always say.
He'll be sound. Don't worry about him.
Got Chippo's seal of approval. He'll make it through.
Right, talk to me about this tour.
Tour.
Because you announced it, and then, okay, first of all, tell them how many dates you're doing.
I'm doing like 60 shows.
Damn. And
Like,
I will be at none.
I'm going to.
I will actually come to one of the London ones. I've never been to one of yours.
Yeah, I'm doing the Hammersmith Apollo, which is
Insane.
a big venue. That's like 3,500 seats.
How much is a ticket?
£23.
That's very well
Decent.
priced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting.
Taking
Come on.
people.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Get the whole fellas group.
Wait, no,
We will be there.
but we have very explicit instructions. If you are from the regions of Brighton
Yeah.
or what was the other place?
Guildford.
Bath.
Guildford or Bath. You guys need to grab some tickets because otherwise...
Yeah, it's been we've sold well in some places and have not sold well in others.
Well, you sold out Oslo, which
Yeah,
is
I
an
mean-
800 seater.
Yeah, like in Scandinavia, if you're listening in Scandinavia, bloody love you. The Swedes, the Danes, the Norwegians, like absolutely selling tickets like
Big
hotcakes.
fans.
I'm doing a big venue in Sweden,
incredible.
like theatres, and like they've sold out completely.
Wow.
Which is
Where
just
are
been
we?
bonkers.
Are we allowed to say where we're struggling in? We can get going.
Well,
now,
you said-
promote
you
to-
said-
I mean, yeah,
Brighton.
Oh, are those the spots
Yeah.
that we are struggling in? My bad.
Liverpool as well is like a relative struggle.
Well, I can't imagine your comedy is like very popular in Liverpool.
But like the people who are coming are people who watch the vids, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like it's not people really. I'm not really
Yeah,
catering it
yeah.
to people who walk in off the street and want a night of comedy.
I need to go to your show. And is it just...
You do.
Is it...
So the show is
Yeah, explain what the show
the
is.
show is called Loophole, and the reason I've made the show is because I've like with the vids I found a lot of loopholes like making vids, right? Being able to like become like being able to enter into
Royal
Mr.
family.
Universe, Royal
Yeah.
Family, all of that stuff. But I have found a loophole that is too big to just do a YouTube video on, and I genuinely don't think anyone else has found this loophole. So it's a show about this loophole.
Oh, wow.
That I've discovered that I'm like obviously not telling anyone. You got to come to the show.
That's kind of mad.
That's a way to get
It's
tickets sold.
it's a storytelling show. It's also lots of times where I've got in trouble, like for filming vids or legal problems.
So it is
I've
a comedy
had.
show?
It's a comedy show, but the end is like a bit about this loophole that I found. That I
Damn,
think-
you really know how to hook me in, brother,
Yeah.
because now I'm
You're
kind of
like-
pissed off that I don't know about this loophole.
Yeah, I mean, there's a the story that I have about like performing stand up in Scotland because I have a YouTube channel in China. Well, it's not a YouTube channel; it's a channel called Billy.
I was going to ask about this because a lot of people listening will have no idea about this, and I don't even think Proddy explain Billy.
So this is probably the craziest story I ever had whilst on stage. So I about 2 years ago spoke to a company who dub your videos into Mandarin and upload it onto Billy, which is their version of YouTube. Now, this company totally scammed me. took all of my money, but they did act like they would say they were going to pay me like AdSense and stuff like that, but they haven't for years. But they have been ripping the videos and putting it up onto Bilibili. And as a result, I've got like 500,000 followers in China, and I'm known as UK guy. Like that's my nickname. If you type in Max Fosh Bilibili, it will come up. And I don't know whether it's fucking mental. This is crazy. Max Fosh Bilibili. And so I've got this Bilibili account that like does numbers. I don't know whether I don't know how well it does, but yeah, right. So I see they're uploading videos that are relatively recent. So I knew this was a thing. I knew I had 400,000, 500,000 followers in Bilibili. I got a silver plaque for reaching 100K on Bilibili. Right. It looks different. And so I thought nothing of it. And then I started doing gigs, and so I don't understand where they put the Mandarin subtitles.
I'm sure it's one of those functions.
So I was in Edinburgh. I was gigging, and one day I had a show, and everyone in the audience, almost everyone in the audience, was Asian. And I walked on stage, and I was like, "How you doing tonight?" Nothing. They didn't respond. I was like, this is weird. Anyway, I then started to do some crowd work. I was like, hello, what's your name? Where are you from? Just gave the mic to this guy. Nothing. It's like, this is really, really weird. I then did an entire show to basically silence to these people who I then found out couldn't speak English. So they had come to the show and then afterwards, when I went for pictures, they went nuts. They were getting all these selfies, all these pics. And so I basically I performed an entire show to people that couldn't understand any English. So and basically they paid money to sit through 60 minutes of comedy they couldn't understand just to have a meet and greet at the end. God. I now often have shows where there are people in the audience that can't speak English. They just come to watch the show. I want to do a show in China, and we spoke about it. And apparently, the Chinese Communist Party needs to see the script, and they need to sign off on the script before you go. And I don't know how it would work, whether it'd be like a translator or subtitles or whatever. But I'd love to do a show in China. But yeah, I've got some Chinese fans from Bilibili that sometimes come to shows.
You must be owed some money here, sure.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. And they are one. To be fair, as you saw, they're ripping the videos off YouTube themselves. I'm not sending them the files. So either they do that without my knowledge and don't pay me, or they do it with my knowledge and don't pay me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it doesn't really make a difference to me. Yeah. It's a good story, I guess.
It's a great story.
So the new stand-up tour, we are going around the world. I'm not going to China just yet, but we sold out in Europe, which is nuts. I think there's still some tickets left for Copenhagen, but not many. We're going to Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada. All the tickets, and then 25 dates in the UK. All the tickets are pretty reasonable. I've wanted to make sure that I made sure as well that every seat in the theatre or the venue was the same price. So it doesn't matter if you're sat at the back or at the very front, it's the same price.
Interesting. So it's a first come, first serve.
First come, first serve to try and get people to come on down.
That's brilliant.
And so yeah, it's going to be. I'm still doing work in progress stuff at the moment.
And I saw you post, I think it was on your story, you do these shows where you test the material.
Yeah.
How does that go?
It's so horrid.
Is it bad?
Well, because you write the material and you're like, I don't know whether this is any good. So then you do work in progress show, which is basically around to 30 or 40 people. And when you're in a room with just 30 or 40 people, that is the hardest sized crowd to do because they feel very exposed. So when you're in a crowd of 100 plus, you can slightly settle back into the crowd in general. But yeah, and those work in progress shows, I've got a director who works with me, and he just sits at the back with a clipboard, just crossing bits out, be like, no, that doesn't work. Joke. Shit joke, doesn't work. That does work. That could work if we change this. And I do 15 or 20 of them. I'm going up to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival next week to go and do that for 2 weeks, just to perform every night, to gig every night, to get the show in me, and to become totally second nature with the show.
There's a lot of work that goes into this.
Oh, it's
I respect
so much
the
work.
hustle, man.
It's so much work. I've been writing the show since January. and just trying bits and then like not working, trying bits, not working. And then there's always people who come with friends of theirs who don't know the vids, have never seen a single vid. I remember I was doing a gig in Exeter, and like in the front row there was this like girl who's maybe like 17, and she'd brought her dad, and her dad like sat down, arms crossed, and he was so bald he looked like a roll-on deodorant. Like he was so shiny, and he was sat there with his arms crossed, and he was hating it for the first like 10-15 minutes, but then slowly I just saw his arms just uncross, and then slowly he sat back in it, and by the end he was smiling. I was like, yes, I've fucking won you round. I've cracked the egg. I've got through to you. Thanks, Dave. Cheers for coming. Tell your mates.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, it's always fun when you've got people who have no idea who you are to try and win them around.
Have you ever been like relentlessly booed?
Never booed.
Have you had like a really rough one?
I've had a rough. I mean, I've always like with heckling and stuff. It's always the vibe of like, if the heckle is good and it's funny, it's improved the show. Like people are laughing. Like I'm happy for you to make something at my expense if it's funny or if it's something that I said. But if it's just incessant, just shouting,
you're not funny, mate.
That is just like, everyone is like, what are you doing? You're just like you're just absolutely driving the energy of the room into the floor. Yeah. And so when that happens, often you can get around it. And there are comedians who are really good at just roasting someone a new one. I've not got that much experience doing that. So if that does happen, it's either the crowd is also pretty good at like sorting it out themselves. They'll be like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. But if not, you just like kick them out. It's pretty.
How do you think it's going to land in the US? Because they do have a very different sense of humor.
They do.
We're going to have to change a lot of the gags.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of the gags are quite UK centric.
So instead of being like, I spent £3, you're like, I spent $5 on this.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know. It might be cool. It might be fine.
I'll tell you somebody who's fantastic at that exact thing. Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Schultz I am a YouTuber who is doing a comedy show. He is a comedian who is using social media to
and podcasting
and podcasting to like make him a bigger comedian. But ultimately he is a comedian. He's been gigging for years, and so that is what we're now. Previously the older generation of comedians would go on to Mock the Week or 8 out of 10 Cats or Saturday Night Live in the States, whereas now you can sell out huge tours just through socials, podcast clips. But you've got to make sure that when you go on stage that you've got someone for an hour or 70 minutes. You've got to be fucking make sure that you've got a show that they will enjoy for that time.
Yeah, I've seen some of the work that he does in the Middle East. Like he's done some massive, talking like arenas in the Middle East, and he's got them crying, and it's really toeing the line.
Yeah,
like some of the jokes that he's making, they're like, you're braver than me, mate. Like, fair enough. And they love it.
That's why I disagree. Like, people say, oh, you can't say anything in comedy anymore. You can't do anything. That's absolute bollocks. You can. Like, the best paid comedians in the world, Jimmy Carr, Andrew Schultz, Shane Gillis, Ricky Gervais, Dave Chappelle, they're all huge, right? It's a case of, like, you can say edgy material, but you need to make it funny. You need to make it clever. It's not just a case of, like, standing up on stage and saying something offensive and being like, well, I'm on stage, you can't say anything anymore. That doesn't work. Yeah. So you've got to be able to like show that there is comedic intent behind it, and that's quite difficult to do.
Yeah. Have you seen? Did you watch Do you watch Kill Tony ever?
No.
What's Kill Tony?
Kill Tony is like a podcast, but it's also a live show. And if you just pull it up, we won't watch through any of the clips, but they recently did a Donald Trump versus Joe Biden debate.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
So that's Kill Tony.
Yeah,
and it is gold. And that's why when you said Shane Gillis there, I was there like he's Donald Trump in this, and it's absolute gold.
And Shea Gillis is like, he's got a few really good clips from that recent one with Trump and Biden. Yeah. And that will be enough to sell thousands and thousands of tickets for him. Yeah. Like he easily could do arena tours now.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Tommy Innit?
Yeah. I've not seen a show. I didn't see a show, but I've seen he got into it. I'd love to know whether it was like what the show was like. Apparently it went really, really well. Apparently
I saw
Tommy Innit.
He's doing comedy now.
The Minecraft guy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He did a stage show, yeah.
And what's okay, fair enough. And is it, do you know?
I don't know. I only saw one clip. It was decent, and I went into the comments and JJ was there saying it was funny.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
I would like to see that. I mean, all I have, and I've said this with comedians, for the most part, like 90%, I've just got so much respect for even giving it a go, because I really believe being a comedian, doing a stand-up show has got to be one of the most difficult things in the world.
It can be quite tough.
To me anyways. I know it comes more naturally to certain people, but the idea that you have got to make someone laugh just seems so scary.
A lot of expectation there, like just getting up on the stage and it could just all go tits up with the first thing you say, and then you're trying to claw it back, and that could be a car crash.
It's different from just sitting around with your mates cracking inappropriate
but I guess
jokes.
it's just experiencing as you go. And
it's not like you go on stage for the first time and you try something and like it bangs first time. No, you spend years and years and years. Because what happens with comedians, they spend like 10 years writing their first stand-up show. It bangs, gets a Netflix show, everyone loves it. Then they're being given a huge contract, write another one in a year. They try to, but they just don't have the time, because like it requires years and years to like make sure you've got each bit of 5 minutes is just bulletproof. So yeah.
I think Arthur Hill gives stand-up vibes. I could see him doing one.
He's more music,
I know
musician.
he is very funny though. But
it's a funny guy.
I think George Clarkey could write a very, very good joke because he understands how like joke writing works. I still don't know why we haven't seen Stephen do at all.
He's always said, Stephen Tries has always said that he wants to do more of the scripted stuff, like the TV work and things like that. But I just don't know if that is actually the future.
Legend of the game, Stephen.
Or just in general, like TV is put on such a pedestal, particularly for comedians. And I know it's very much seen as kind of like the end goal, I suppose. But I just think there's so many new avenues. I mean, you mentioned with Andrew Schultz, like he's gone the other way, and he's really using podcasting. And so, have you ever watched Kill Tony before?
No. Well, I saw the one recently.
You saw the one, but you should watch that, because that format is just fucking gold.
What is it?
Like, so it's the main comedian Tony. He's usually got like a right hand man, and then he'll usually invite one or two comedian guests on with him, and then they draw out of a hat comedians' names, they come on, they do like a 5-minute set, and then the comedians are like judges. It's kind of like Britain's Got Talent, but for comedians. And then if it's bad, they just get rinsed. And then they ask them some questions back and forth, like, so ask questions about the stories in the set or whatever, and it's gold. Like, it's so good. And it just makes me think nobody in the UK really has decided to step out and give just a bit of a weird format a go.
Yeah.
In this sense, a lot of the time it's just, oh, I'll wait for my TV call up.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Don't wait for the TV.
Don't wait for it, man. And certainly the money that Kill Tony is going to be making now is ridiculous.
Yeah, way more.
How many views? Just quickly check. How many views that Donald Trump episode
You know
got?
what? I'm out of the loop, man. I need to give this Kill Tony thing a try.
It's gold. And honestly, the comedians that got on there are so unfunny.
Oh, here we go. Well, 1.5 million subs.
One day ago, 12 mil
views 8 days ago. I'm telling you, man. Look at the views this thing does. Oh wait, that's for you. If you go to videos,
it's still 8 days ago though.
Mate, it still does so well.
Oh my god, I'm gonna watch that tonight. 2 hours 30 minutes as well.
Go to latest.
Love to see the RPMs on that bad boy.
Yeah, 1 day, 8 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, the RPMs will be nuts.
Oh wow.
So I reckon RPM of around 15.
Pounds, by the way.
£15.
Depending on the content.
So that means he would have made...
I'm thinking more.
He would have made 150 grand from that, just in AdSense from the Donald Trump.
And then he has a small live audience in there. So they're probably paying for the show itself.
Patreon as well.
Oh, definitely. They're all over that
It's
stuff.
a great leverage for them as well.
And then all he has to do is he goes on this, does this, go, oh, by the way, guys, I'm going on tour. These are the dates. And they sell out like hotcakes, man.
Yeah.
What an incredible sort of setup. And it genuinely is an awesome show. Like, it's fucking funny. Yeah. So,
bro is actually a fan.
I am a fan.
I like to see you like this.
I just love people that are doing slightly different shit. Like, let's be honest, the thumbnail's a fucking pony.
Reminds you of
look at the Trump Biden one, 12 mil views, and it's a pony ass.
Yeah,
thumbnail.
the thumbs are fucking horrific.
Yeah,
that dark text on the
dark text and the dark blue thumbnail. That is bad.
Oh boy,
that's a stinker.
Yeah, you can't fucking.
And they obviously got told that because the one day ago, the Joe Rogan, they were like, "What about light blue?"
Yeah. Literally. Oh mate. You know what? I almost respect it. It's that bad.
Yeah,
I'm almost on board with
sometimes you see the way. I mean, we all do it, right? Like I got a message from you yesterday about like which title do you think's better?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm there like, yeah, obviously this stuff all makes a difference, and it does do it. But at the end of the day,
it's night
concept.
If you just have a fucking class thing and you can repeat it, people will be there.
Yeah.
And that's the case here. Like the title, KT #671. Yeah. Ari Schaefer, and then some comedians.
It's just names.
Dash name. Like 2.2 mil views.
But then they get to a stage a little bit like to what Tom Scott did, where their thumbnails become their brand. So as soon as you see that style of like thumbnail.
But he doesn't even have a fucking style, really. He's got that kill.
Like Tom Scott did have a style. Like you saw that red text and you knew that it was going to be
yeah. The thumbnail style was Super GT. Super rogue shout, but he's got a style of thumbnail.
Super GT, is that a font?
No, that is
you're just talking Generation Z now.
No, he's a Gran Turismo.
No, he's just a YouTuber.
He's just a YouTuber.
Yeah, but this is his style, and it's the same for every phone. That's what I'm talking.
Why have you brought this up?
Because I just like his videos. I like his videos.
But
good lad though. Shout out.
That's the stuff, man. Look, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thanks,
honestly, it's been absolutely class. And
I ain't even done. Let's just keep going.
Now you can stay here. I've got a pub quiz to go to actually.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You look like a pub quiz.
I love a pub quiz.
Yeah.
Love a pub quiz.
Do you ever do Joe's Friday pub quiz? I'll link you every Friday. It gets heated in the group chat. We all do this pub quiz. I'll show you Joe, mate. Don't worry about that.
Joe Mama.
I'm not in the group chat.
And that's why we're not doing a comedy show.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Are you doing FBL again this year?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What's the team name?
It'll be anyone but Theo, as always.
I think I was gonna do Theo ex girlfriend name, but there's like backwards.
What about
so
Theo?
He had to figure it out.
I mean, he'll figure that one out.
Theo Baker biting the curb, 4K.
4K, that's good. I like that one.
I
that's
like
Gen Z again.
Tell you what,
yeah,
I might go with that, Brody.
What are you gonna go for?
I don't know. Last year I had 11 herbs and spices. After Marriott.
Did you come up with that yourself?
I did actually.
Oh,
genuinely did.
You'd hope so as a comedian.
Yeah.
Can do your
and I thought, I still think there's life in the old herb dog yet. So I went for garlic and herb dip.
That's not giving up on it. You are so...
Nah.
God.
You will go down with this shit.
Yeah, I might change it. I might change it because Marriott doesn't even play for Chelsea.
Don't bottle it now.
She plays for United.
Stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Stick it out.
So.
Well, look, people can grab your tickets. There's going to be a link in the YouTube description to the tickets and also in the show notes if you're listening. So please go and check it out.
See that.
Please go and check it out.
Yes.
And if you are in Europe, tough luck. A bunch of them are sold out, but they might just be 1 or 2 tickets in a couple of them.
Yeah, a few tickets in Europe and Australia and New Zealand as well. There's a couple of tickets left.
Hell yeah.
We have a big Aussie fan base. So, if you're an Aussie or you're from New Zealand, definitely go and check this out.
Definitely doing like say hellos after the show as well.
He has that cosign. He's like decent.
We've co-signed him, guys.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's okay.
You're all right, man.
I'm fine.
Take it easy, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.